Hello and welcome to a bonus episode of Podcasto Cat Flappo, the show all about Filthy Rich and Cat Flap, that very underrated sitcom from 1987 starring Rick and Aid and Nigel, and which was of course written by Ben Elton. I'm your host, Jeffers, hi, and you are going to hear bugger all from me, thankfully, in this bonus episode, which is another live recording. Now this time we've got Alexei Sayle live in Perth from 1991 at the Regal Theatre. I had gone along to see Alexei. I was very excited. I took my stereo tape recorder, and from memory, my friends and I were about 3 or 4 rows back, and I suspect we were high as kites, which happened to me a lot when I was 17, as I was when I recorded this gig. But the great thing about it, it was a very long show from Alexei, good value for money. You'll hear in this recording where I had to change sides on the tape at about the 45-minute mark. And as with any bootleg, you're going to hear a bit of shuffling around of the tape recorder as I try to find the best spot for it, and improve the sound quality. Well, which does get better as you get further into the recording. So I used up both sides of this 90-minute Philips FS90 cassette, and that meant that I missed the encore from Alexei, so he did do even more than this 90 minutes. Anyway, the reason I'm releasing this is because of a story I've told on a few podcasts about why I hold a grudge against Alexei Sayle. And I do. And the tale is that I'd recorded this gig and I listened to it over and over and over. And then Alexei came back to Perth, something like maybe 5 years later. And I was very excited to see him again. Mainly because it's Alexei, but also the title was literally the all-new Alexei Sayle show. So I went along and he proceeded to do the exact same set from his visit a few years previous. So it seems obvious to me now in retrospect that the title was sort of a jokey bit of irony. But I didn't get that at the time and I was incredibly pissed off. And I'm not quite so pissed off anymore, obviously, but I have enjoyed holding the grudge. And with that said, before we have a listen to the show, which is a killer set from Alexei. It's still great, the poo face that he is. But I do want to say that for new listeners, earlier this year, we released a long-lost Rick Mail recording from 1986 in Perth. So go and check that out if you haven't already. Anyway, lastly, a bit of housekeeping. Just to say that the regular monthly release schedule for Cat Flappo pods has gone out the window somewhat this year. And I posted this on our Facebook page just to let people know. So I'm hoping that 2025 will be back to some sort of regularity. We'll give it a darn good go. Right now, I'm working on the big Cat Flap Episode 3 special pod, and that is going to be at least a couple of hours of deep diving into the dinner party episode with the supermarket robbery and Preers and the peep show. All those things that make Episode 3 of Cat Flap so awesome. It's taking a hell of a long time to put together. I'm hoping it'll be worth the wait, but I'm enjoying diving into Episode 3 so much, and just the process of doing it has been incredible amounts of fun. But that will be released before the end of this year. Anyhow, for now, please accept my apologies and this Alexei Sayle gig, and I will release more Cat Flappo pods between now and the end of the year. Alright, cheers guys, enjoy!
Thank you. Good evening. Fuck off! What a fucking Baptist meeting. You have to join in, you know. You'll have to testify. Yes! Yes! Testify. Yes! Yes! I had a dream, my friends. Yes, I had a dream. I had a dream, my friends, of a land where everybody had turned to God. And then in my dream, friends, my dream changed. And I was standing completely naked in the car park of the Sydney Opera House with my testicles covered in Vegemite. I don't know if you ever have dreams like that. Shit, okay. Actually, isn't it boring when people tell you their dreams, you know? They say, oh, I had this really fantastic dream the other night. And all these really amazing, unusual things happened. Of course they did, it was a fucking dream. I mean, they've been walking down the street in real life and they've seen a giant blue 12-foot tortoise eating George Bush. I mean, you'd be interested, wouldn't you? Well, you'd be a bit interested, you know. Really fucking pisses me. I'm sorry, but I can't keep this level of aggression up. I'm sorry, because... No, I can't, because recently I've become a lot more mellow. Yeah, I've become a lot more mellow because I've just had a baby. Just had a baby. No, not a baby, no, sorry, no. 5 bottles of vodka, yeah. It's been kind of difficult for me recently, the last few years. So a lot of my friends have started settling down, buying houses, you know, starting families, you know. It's kind of sad for me because I'm still going round to their house with me ball, you know. Going, hey, can Mr. Saunders come out to play, please? They're going, fuck off, Lex, I'm a fucking headmaster now. They get really obsessed with their families, they get really obsessed with their kids as well, you know. You think their kids are really cute, you know. You think their kids are really cute when they're rolling around on the floor throwing up. I mean, I've been going round to their house and doing that for years when I'm pissed. The only ones who are worse than the ones who've got kids, the ones who haven't got kids. The ones who are trying for a baby. Yes, we're trying for a baby. And you can't go round to the house on a Tuesday night because they're hanging off the back of the kitchen door with a clicking pad, a stopwatch and a thermometer. Dum, 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 dum. You sure this is the best way to have a baby, dear? Dum, dum, yes, it says so in the book. What book's that, dear? Oh, how to have a baby by looking like a silly cunt by Dr. Alexei Sayle. I'm actually a bit of a disaster area in relationships, though. I always seem to want the ones who don't want me, like Archbishop Desmond Tutu. I mean, he said we could be friends, you know, go surfing together and that, you know, give these cassette. Oh my goodness! Whoa. I had a secret affair with my best friend's wife until she found out about it. I think kids are a terrible nuisance, though. You know, they really mess up your life. You got this really smart couple. You know, they live in this really smart area. You know, I don't know. Well, here it would be like Subiaco, wouldn't it? Really, you know, if it was in Australia. You know, what's that Subiaco? What's that mean? Is it Italian for street with loads of Twinkie pine shops, or what? You know? I've done my research, something at the door, pine shops. Yeah, okay, cool, right. Now, I've been here for months doing the research, you know. You're like old guys standing in the corner going, that's me, yeah. It's me after 5 bottles of vodka anyway, then. But I think kids really do mess you up. Like, you got a smart couple, they live in a really smart area, say somewhere around here, or if it was in London, it'd be somewhere like Hampstead. And Hampstead is the sort of area where, in Hampstead, where people are drowning and all their previous furniture passes in front of them. You have a couple of kids, you see them a couple of years later, right, they've moved to a bungalow in the suburbs of Reykjavik. They're covered in baby puke, you know. And you say, oh, having a baby is just the most beautiful experience. Oh, yeah, sure. I mean, a baby costs a fortune to bring up. It shits all over the house. And when it grows up, it's only going to turn into the Aylesbury axe measure anyway. It's great to be, great to come over here. Great to get over here from Great Britain. That's a funny imperialistic concept, isn't it? Great Britain. I mean, nobody says fucking brilliant France, do they? Not bad Italy. It is great to come over here. It's great to come over here, and we had a nice time. Had some very good press. I've also had some bad press, though. I'd like to catch the fucking bastard who's been going around saying I'm fucking anorexic. It's a complete lie. It's a complete lie. I can read and write as good as anybody. Mind you, recently I have been suffering from morning sickness, actually. I've been suffering from morning sickness because every time I read about lovely Princess Diana, I fucking throw up. Well, she might be a parasite, but she's awfully good at opening kindergarten, isn't she? Fuck me, get a fucking cockroach to do that, couldn't you? I declare this kindergarten. You know, there's a myth about the Queen, right? There's a myth about the Queen, and whenever she speaks to anybody, they can never remember what the fucking hell she said, right? That's because the Queen actually speaks her mind. She's going up to people going, hello, you're a fucking disgusting working class bastard, aren't you, mate? Fuck me, you're a hideously deformed little shite, aren't you? And they're all going, oh, thank you, Nancy, thank you. God bless you, Nancy, thank you, Nancy, thank you. Oh, use me children for fireworks, you man. Isn't the Queen Mother lovely? Oh, fuck her! Drunken old fucking glove puppets. People say, hey, Prince Charles really cares about the environment. That's great, then that makes up for 600 years of fucking exploitation, doesn't it? Very cruel people, though, as well, you know, the British aristocracy. Very cruel, they're very heavily into all their blood sports, you know. Blood sports like fox hunting and bear baiting and bear dating. That's a very cruel sport, bear dating. What they do is this posh person takes a bear out to a really smart restaurant, right? Buys it an expensive meal, buys it a single rose, you know, kisses its bum, tells it that he loves it. And when the bill comes from the meal, they climb out the fucking toilet window. And the bear's left sitting there going, oh, I can't believe what I got. Oh, you miracle! I can't wash the dishes, they just slip from my pot. They're very cruel people, heavily into all them blood sports. I was supposed to say, like fox hunting, hare coursing, cockfighting. Untouché votre penis, monsieur. As you can see, I haven't really got any more mellow, but I I haven't got more mellow, but as I got older, I started worrying a lot more about my health, and a while ago I got very depressed about my health, and I made what they call a half-hearted suicide attempt. I tried to slash my wrist with a tomato. Conventional medicine couldn't help me. Finally, I turned to alternative medicine. I got this kind of hypno-osteo-aroma massa therapist that I got out and classified ads in What Chainsaw magazine, you know. She managed to transform a minor ache into a fully formed deformity, you know. Finally, I got into this homeopathic medicine now. Homeopathic medicines are great. Right? Homeopathic medicines are great because they don't have any side effects. Well, they don't have any fucking effects. She went on the train to Fremantle. That's like putting your watch back 50 years, isn't it? Or something, you know. It's like 30 years. Fuck, shut up. Anyway. It's like the 60s, that's what I meant to say. I got the arithmetic all wrong. The 60s was 40 years ago. No, yes, 40 years. No, 30 years ago. Fuck me, the last thing I remember is sitting down to do me maths O-level. Obviously failed, right? I was going to make some cheap jab about Fremantle. Anyway, it's full of fucking hippies, anyway. Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. It's good to be a comedian and be good with, like, what words like I am what. But, actually, in Britain, there's actually a big 60s revival going on. You know, there's a big 60s revival going on. There's whole families trying to live on £10 a week, you know.
Talk about it.
I think I'm very worried about my health, as I said. I also got into this reflexology, and that's where they massage your feet, because apparently your feet control your body and everything. You know, like your big toe controls your heart and your digestion, your middle toe controls your liver, and your little toe controls all the lights. See, told you so. Actually, I don't usually do this, but I wonder if we just have the house lights on. There's somebody here tonight, somebody here is very talented, very special too, very marvellous. Me! It's me! I'm not just dead talented though, I'm also dead clever. I work with my brain, I use my head to break concrete. But Britain's really not a country to get sick in. You need all this alternative medicine crap, because you don't get any other kind, you know. Britain's really not the country to get sick because they're really breaking up the National Health Service. For instance, if you go into intensive care, right, to see if you're still breathing, they don't wire you up to one of them ECG machines anymore. What they do is they stick a harmonica in your mouth, and you're lying there going... I was at Mayo Surgical the other day, they all broke into Karma Chameleon. You come and go, you come... Another thing they're doing is they're closing down and selling off the mental hospitals, right? And they're supposedly reintegrating the mentally ill with the community, you know. They're reintegrating the mentally ill with in the community by letting them wander the streets all day going... In fact, in some parts of London, it looks like they're closing down and selling off the cemeteries and reintegrating them with the community. Can I have 20 Benson and Edgies, please? So anyway, as I got older, I started worrying about my health and all that, and so I got into all this fitness stuff, much more health conscious these days. I watch my weight. Yeah, still there. I drink Diet Coke all the time. Mind you, I'm a bit suspicious about Diet Coke. If it's so good, how come you only ever see fat people drinking it? And I eat health foods. Mind you, health foods don't make you live longer, it just fucking seems longer, yeah? apparently, all this watching your weight and looking after your health it's a waste of time because what's really important is heredity, right? I'm Jewish, we're very health conscious people, but nevertheless, heredity is really important. And what's important is not what killed your parents, but what killed your grandparents. Well, that's great. I mean, I should live forever as long as you don't meet any Russian Cossacks. But, I'm sorry. Sorry, I'm getting a bit of a frog in my throat. Keep giving blowjobs to Gerard Depardieu. Now, I tried sucking a fisherman's friend, but he got very upset. I was, people say that comedians are very insecure. I'm not insecure. It's stupid, isn't it? People also say that comedians are very mean. I'm not mean. My parents were very mean, though. My parents were very mean. Every Christmas they used to give me an empty box and tell me it was an Action Man deserter. People also say that comedians are paranoid. I'm not paranoid. Everybody off. Everybody off. Get out. I'm not paranoid. I know you all think I am. I was actually born and brought up in the 50s. Now, I can't really remember the 50s. I mean, for me, it's a kind of hazy, grainy, black and white image, the 50s. Which is what you get if you take really cheap acid. Everything goes black and white and old Ford Anglias appear, you know. Actually, this is for any of you who are taking acid at the moment. Oh. It's going to be like the most boring experience on earth, and it taking acid, you know. Oh yeah, I've seen the purple trees, now what? Oh, the kettle's turned into a snake, how very peace and love. Difficult time for comedians, though, in the 50s. Very difficult time in Britain for comedians because during the 50s it was actually when the music hall and variety died out, you know. People often theorise about why the music hall died out. I'll tell you why it died out, because it was shite. You ever seen a bigger load of old shite than the music hall? Ladies and gentlemen, Ken Platt and his talking ponds. Good evening, I'm Ken, this is the pond. Okay. Let's see what Mr. Frog's got to say, shall we? Fuck all now. So as I say, I'm a bit of a disaster in relationships now. So I live alone. But just with my pets. I'd like to show you my latest pet. It's not what you think, it's actually a chameleon, yeah? You see how it uses its powers of protective coloration to disguise itself right and to blend in with its environment. In fact, lots of good that gives you, smart ass. Also got another pet, I've got a lemming. You know, most animals leave shit all over the house. This leaves suicide notes. Alexei, don't blame yourself, man. I've been listening to too many Tracy Chapman albums. Wheeling them into the fucking intensive care. What, Suzanne Vega albums? Pump their stomach quick. That was improvised, that bit. It wasn't funny, it was just improvised, you know. Yes, because I was kind of improvising, you know, just throwing things in, you know. Because really this show is very much a kind of interpersonal theatrical workshop, you know. It's a kind of improvisational, interfacing theatrical workshop, you know. In a kind of didactic interface mode, you know. You know, interfacing through the work. Actually, anybody who uses the word workshop who's not connected with light engineering is a twat. You come into the Men Against Sexism workshop. There's any chance of a fuck there, I don't know what I mean. Now this lemming's quite a problem. I mean, I come home late at night, I find him trying to dial the Samaritans with his little snout, you know. Hello, yes, this is the Samaritans. Can I help you? Oh, fuck off and kill yourself. I've also got this other pet. I've got a cat. I've got a tomcat. You know, people say cats are very clean. They say also cats are very clean because they're always washing themselves. They're not clean. They're just fucking covered in cat spit. Hello, nice. I've got this tomcat now, right? Unmuted tomcat. And, you know, a lot of my friends are women and stuff, you know, we do all kinds of things together, you know, we eat pasta together and we go to aerobics classes together, you know. 1, 2, 3, 4, take your spleen out, bounce it up the top of your head. You've lost some weight already. All very liberated women, all very up to the moment and all that, you know. But it's funny, when you tell them you've got an unmuted tomcat, they all say the same thing. They say, oh, haven't you had him done yet? Say, no, I was going to leave him alone. They say, what? You haven't had him done yet? I'll do it for you if you want. And they start making up all these terrible lies about what your cat will do if you don't get his nuts chopped off. You know, like, oh, he'll scratch the furniture, or he'll spray everywhere, or he'll start leaving bombs in supermarkets. I needed some money a while back. I needed some money, so I went to the bank and asked the manager to borrow some money. He said, okay, he said, but first of all, I'll have to check your balance. I said, fair enough. And he lent me £1,000,000,000,000,000,000,000 pounds, which in those days was a lot of money. Tell you one thing that I'm sick of, that's the environment. I'll be glad to see the back of it myself. There's a lot of trouble in the world. You know, recently, actually, a while back, I had to get married. I got my girlfriend into trouble. I got her involved in the civil war in Angola. You don't waste the fucking money on weddings, you know. I mean, there's an enormous wedding industry. So there's all these magazines, you know, like Bride and Bride to Be and Knocked Up. Working class British people waste a fortune on weddings. You know, they say, oh yes, we had a lovely wedding, actually. It was just a lovely wedding. All the Paynes boys were done out like generals in the Philippine Air Force. And all the bridesmaids, right, they were done out like Princess Diana. They had their brains removed and a carrot stuck up their arse. lot of trouble in the world, there isn't a lot of. But I'm pretending to be. Oh, there's a lot of trouble in the world. I'm so concerned about it. I'm a concerned comedian. Give me the fucking money. No, honest comment is not true. I give a lot to charities, you know, Save the Tripper and things like that. There's a lot of trouble in the world. I'm racial strife and stuff like that. And I'm very much an integrationist. For instance, in Liverpool, where I come from, we've got third and fourth generation Chinese. I think it's great when you hear Chinese sort of talking English with a thick Liverpool accent, you know, and they like switch from one language to another, kind of going, "Don't fong shong fong, fuck off, will you, Reggie? Don't fong shong fong, don't fong shong, you got on me trousers, you bastard! Don't fong shong fong." There is a lot of trouble. There is a lot of trouble in the world. You know, people in the world, Afghan fighting Afghan. Well, they're very vicious dogs. Stuff like that. And we really need something. I mean, a lot of pop songs like have specious solutions to the world's problems. Don't like there was a Tracy Chapman song that said something like, you know, things are going to get better. The poor are going to rise up. No, they're fucking not. Wars would end if we all just held hands, you know. We all held hands, we'd look like a fucking fence. You had that thing in America, you had it in Britain and America where everybody held hands, you know. They tried to organise one in Liverpool. I said, if everybody stands like that in Liverpool, just get fucking pockets picked, you know. Hands across, get off your plastic. Nevertheless, we need something that unites us, really. We need something desperately that brings us together. And really, there is only one thing that unites us. And what is that one thing that unites us all? It's not class ideology, it's not colour, creed or roots. The only thing that unites us is Dr. Martin's boots! Hey! Dr. Martin's boots! Dr. Martin's boots! Dr. Martin's boots! Dr. Martin gives boots to the world so that everybody can be free. They're classless, matchless, sleepless, waterproof, retail, roaming, bouncing, bouncing, like stamping. Pretty soon everybody will be brave. Those boots will be airflow sold. Your boots will have a meeting. Your boots will take control. Pretty soon everybody will be moving to the sound of one beat. Thanks to Dr. Martin, they'll be dancing in the street. Solution to our problems is the revolution route. Now, all you have to do is buy somebody and ask if they're Dr. Martin's boots. Now, Dr. Martin's boots. Dr. Martin's boots. Dr. Martin's boots. Been around the world and I can't find my baby. Probably hiding in a cupboard from me. Okay, boots, do your stuff. I can't stop them. They're taking over. I can't stop them. Stop them. Thank you very much. I'm actually something of an outsider in the show business establishment. I don't fit in. Mind you, I would do if you made the doors a bit wider, you know. Usually when I'm doing one of these shows, I only usually do a minute and a half. Always leave them wanting more. By the way, I don't know if you like the suit. Actually, I got it from a shop which specialises in clothes for the fuller figure. Yeah, the shop's called Mr. Fat Bastards. That means you're a fat cat, aren't you? Oh, blimey, oh, Terry, come and look at this fucking Zeppelin. Oh, God, he's a fat glimp in the elbows. Okay, some baggy trousers and a stick on red nose. Oh, fat bastard. Oh. But, that's all I have to sleep with, isn't it? But, you know, I completely forgot what the fuck I was going to say next. That's one thing you need when you're a comedian. You need a very good, memory, that's it, yes, memory. I'm actually a member of an amnesiac self-help group. Our headquarters are somewhere in the south of England, I don't quite know where. We have a lot of nostalgia parties, you know. Sometimes back in Britain, I appear in some bigger venues, and big rock venues, you know, the sort of place where you could see Phil Collins, if you were really fucking unlucky. People say, but when you meet Phil Collins, he's really nice. Nice, that's something to say about fucking biscuits, isn't it? Nice. What you thinking in your Jacob's shit-flavoured assortment, Mrs. Jenkins? Oh, they're very nice. Remind me of Phil Collins. Another day in paradise, it would be if you were dead, you baldy bastards. Funny business, the pop music business. As you get older, you know, I suppose pop music gets less interesting, you know, you become less interested in. I mean, you're so kind of caught up in pop music when you're a kid, aren't you? Like, I love Jason, I hate Carrie, I hate Jack, I hate both of them, but I mean, you know, it's a kind of metaphor, you know, you think when you're young, you're so devil-may-care, aren't you? You know, you think, oh, that battery acid looks good, yeah. Rhinoceros tranquilizer, yeah, I'll have some of that, yeah. It's so full of conviction, aren't you? You think you know the answers to everything, you know. When you get older, right, you lose all that conviction, you know. You're uncertain about everything. You know, people say to you in the street, you know, do you want your head chopping off with a chainsaw? I don't know. Chop it off. Oh, I've got a chainsaw, I might have done it. The only people who retain kind of conviction and that, you know, think they know the answer to everything, when they get older are fucking loonies, you know. People like Dan Quayle, for instance, you know. I mean, you can see the light of conviction burning in his eyes. I mean, Dan Quayle is the sort of bloke, like, even in a mental hospital, people would say, who's that mad-looking bloke over there? There's a bit of pop gossip for you, though, boys and girls. Ants and alligators, get down bastard. This is a bit of pop gossip for you. Bruce Springsteen, right? Bruce Springsteen is actually a sexual pervert. Yeah, he gets his girlfriend to ram Duracell batteries up his arse. That's why he goes on 9 times fucking longer than anybody else. The weird thing about the pop business, though, the weird thing about the pop music business is you don't make all your money from ticket sales, you make all your money from the merchandising. You know, the merchandising, like the t-shirts, you know, the t-shirts with like, I've seen Ozzy Osbourne on them, you know. Fuck me, you want to keep it quiet, really, wouldn't you? And all the tour jackets with like Black Death tour in Europe, 1346 to 1349. The merchandise, all the bumper stickers. You get those bumper stickers here. You know the bumper stickers, like they say things like, windsurfers do it standing up. You know those bumper stickers. You know, like, windsurfers are stupid bastards. Young farmers fuck pigs. And we've been to hospital. Perth, rock and roll capital of I'm going to do an old Marcel Marceau number for you now. Sort of wank, innit, ain't mine. It's like every shopping mall, every bus station you go to, there's some git in a stripy sweater and they're going like this, you know? What's he doing? Wallpaper in a fucking phone box? Every shopping man, there's always buskers. I hate buskers. I think it's buskers when you're good to be able to get a gig with a fucking roof on it, you know? The only good thing about buskers is that little app that they have full of money so you can take some of it. They're so shit, you know? In Paris, right? Paris is the world centre of khaki mine. Le centre du monde de mine khaki, you know. Some of the bastards. I went there during the fire eaters strike, you know. To eat me own fire, sorry, monsieur, fair enough. Sort of a wank though, isn't it, man? I mean, who in their right mind, right, would pay good money to see a real man sew his fingers together, walk into a high wind, and get shot in a fucking glass box? There's some French fucker called Bip or Snot or something. He pretends to sew his fingers together, walk into a high wind, and get shot in a fucking glass box. They put him on the Adelaide Festival, and people travel from Singapore to fucking see him! It's a funny old world, isn't it, now? It's a funny old fucking world. Oh, it's a funny old world. It's a funny old fucking world. Yeah, didn't you kill my brother? Oh, no. I'm not doing that. I've got tapes with me. It's all completely spontaneous, this show. What time is it? 25 past 9 times. I love jokes. Right. Okay. I'd like to share. Actually, my Willie's in the Guinness Book of Records. Actually, that's where I leave it when I'm not using it. I'd like to show you how sexy I am, but the front 6 rows have to move back a bit. You know? Actually, I was in this restaurant today, out with vegetables, and the waiter came up and he said, "Excuse me, sir, would you like a knob of butter?" No, I don't think so, no. I've got a great new girlfriend, actually. Great new girlfriend. She's a model, yeah. She's a plastic kit of a stupid dad bomb. We went away together, we went away on holiday. And we got one of them cheap package holidays now. And unfortunately, in the brochure, there wasn't a photograph of the hotel. There was an artist's impression. And unfortunately, I think the artist was Salvador Dali. The streets full of people kind of melting all over the place, you know. Women with one breast going, and that's all my gas heater was leaking, you know. We had very funny weather as well, you know. We had funny weather. It was 120 in the shade, but it was -6 in the sun. But them cheap package holidays are really out now in Britain, because people like to go on long-haul holidays, you know, like come to Thailand and Burma, you know, they like to go somewhere and fuck up a third world economy, you know. They like to go to Turkey, you know, go and visit a country that's got a human rights record worse than Ming the Merciless, you know. But the object of these long-haul holidays, it doesn't seem to be to have a good time. The object seems to be who can come back with the rarest tropical disease. Oh yes, we went to the hands of the Cameroon, you know, and we met this previously undiscovered hill tribe, right? We gave them genital herpes and they all died. And they gave us a fantastic new form of cholera, right? Featuring projectile vomiting and a desire to dress up like Jason Donovan, run to the street and shout, "I'm the Pope, who wants a fight?" Fantastic. The other thing they have to do is, because people think that they're not tourists anymore, they think that they're explorers. They have to come back with all these tales of the profundity of the fucking natives, you know. And they say, oh yes, we went on holiday to the Greek island Detox this year, you know. And we all sunbathed topless. We screwed our fucking heads off. We had a lovely hotel. It was only 5 minutes from the beach by phone. Anyway, while we were on Detox, we met this fantastic shepherd, Nikos the shepherd. I mean, what a profound man. I mean, the things he knew about sheep, you know, I mean, he was Mr. Sheep, you know. Of course he was. He was a shepherd for 300 fucking generations, you know. I mean, if he got to the airport and he'd been flying a plane home, I would have been impressed. Hello, this is Nikos the shepherd, your pilot speaking. Tonight we will be cruising at a height of 35,000 sheep. If all them people wanted to go somewhere completely untouched by civilization, they just have to go a bit east of London, right? They have to go to Essex. Now, I don't know if you know Essex. It's a bit like, what's the rough suburb here? It's like some Balga or something. It's something so yeah, right. It's a cross between Balga and Kuwait City or something like that. When we were at Melbourne the other day, I was asking what the rough suburb was then. It was called Broad Meadows. You ever notice there seems to be a correlation between the roughness of the suburb and the twinkiness of the name, you know? Like you go somewhere that's called Twinkly Forest with the Pixies, you know? It's like Dingley Dell with the gingerbread cottage, you know? Essex, right? Essex has got everything that the fucking Amazon basin's got, right? Like primitive fertility rights where the male of the species proves his fertility and his right to mate. They fucking got them in Essex on a Saturday night down shitbags discotheque. I'll kill the cunt! I'll kill the cunt! Oh no, Timmy, you keep! I'll kill the cunt! I'll kill the cunt! Oh no, Timmy, watch out! He's got a knife! It's a pallet knife! He's a surrealistic painter! I'll kill the cunt! I'll kill the cunt! They got all these youth tribes in Essex as well, all these youth tribes like skinheads and gothics and all that, and bikies, motorbike gangs, you know. The bikies are the worst ones for injuring themselves. I was talking to some bikies the other day, and he said, "Cool, we had a laugh the other day," he said, "Oh, fucking hell." We went for a burn-up around the trading estate, right? Me and my mate on my bike, Arthur and his girl Lil on his bike, right? Drop down a cob, give it a handful, come round the roundabout. Doing about 90 miles an hour in a second, right? Now Arthur, he comes past me with Lil still trying to get on the back. Cool, I was laughing. My mate was laughing. Fucking funny. We drop down a cob, we give it a handful, we come round the roundabout. Do about 600 miles an hour in 17th. Now Lil, she don't give up easy, right? She don't give up easy. Especially not when there's sparks coming off the bottom of her legs. So she grabs hold of the pillion, right, climbs aboard and fucking stands up. Just as they goes under a low bridge. Takes their fucking head clean off. Cool, I was laughing. My mate was laughing. Fucking funny. We drop down a cop, we give it a handful, we come round and round up to about 12,000 miles an hour and 497, right? Now Arthur, he don't know that Lil's head's come off, right? So he turns round to find out why she's hanging on so tight. And he don't like it. He don't fucking like it. He steps off doing about 700 miles an hour, goes straight through some railings, comes out the other side looking like fucking McCain oven chips. Cool, I was laughing. My mate was laughing, fucking funny. We drop down a cob, we give it a handful, we come round and round about. We're going so fast now, fucking molecules are vibrating. Now Lil, right? Lil, all instinct but no fucking head. She grabs hold of the cow horns. She's now in control of a 650cc Triumph Bonneville, twin carb, greasy animal with a lot of torque. With unerring vestigial skill, she drops down a cob, gives it a handful, comes round and round. At the time warp, right? I comes out the time warp, I scoops up Lil's head, right? And I'm trying to jam it on her neck as she comes past. When suddenly I hear, wah, 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 police, clever bastard, over 3.5, right? And he don't like it. He don't fucking like it. A fucking headless girl driving a fucking great tool down the A13. I shows him Lil's head. He don't like that either. Cool, I was laughing. My mate was laughing. Fucking funny. We drop down a cob, we give it a handful, we come round and round about. We're going so fast now, go through another time warp, right? Backwards in time, this time back to the Cro-Magnon era. Go past a load of people who look like Kerry Packer. To Demopolo, ooh, half second from our. Out the other side of the time warp, suddenly I see little blue light, Lil's head, little blue light, Lil's head, right? I goes, wallet! Lil's head is now shooting down the A13, turning round and round going, whoa, 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 whoa! Blue lights like fucking laser beams coming out their ears and their fucking nose! So if you're going out on your bike tonight, wear a helmet, okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm actually very interested in philosophy. I don't know if the philosophy department of the University of West Australia know if they're here or not, yes? But I'm also very interested in life on other planets, and I've written a little poem, right, about life on other planets, about the stars and all that stuff, right? It's a poem about the stars. Are the stars in the sky lights there to inform us? If this is so, their electric bill must be fucking enormous. The Dutch theologian and philosopher Spinoza, who published his Tractatus Tractorum in 1643 and was attacked for the theological... What, have you heard this one before? That's the thing about drinking, really, isn't it? The blackouts. Don't get them blackouts, you know, you have just a couple of beers, you know, and then everything goes black and you wake up next morning completely naked in an unfurnished flat in Istanbul. Happens to me all the time. You know, people say to me, Alexei, why are you drunk all the time? And I say, because I can afford to be. Well, another reason I drink a lot is because I'm a vegetarian, right? And because, I mean, booze is always made out of vegetables, isn't it? Or some fucking thing, anyway, you know what I mean? See, if somebody were to offer me a beef wine or a pork martini, I would almost certainly refuse. Actually, drink saved me, though. Drink saved me from drugs. I used to be very heavily into drug abuse. I used to run into supermarkets and chemists and shout insults at the bottles of paracetamol. Got yourself a bottle of paracetamol! Ah! I always know when I've had enough to drink, though. I always know when I've had enough to drink. Because I fall over, throw up, and it's a policeman. Don't just drink, though. I've also got a hobby. Home brewing. I got this kit from the supermarket where you can make a dustbin full of Pano for £4. Well, with the blackouts and everything, I'm also very interested in other dimensions. I believe that there are other parallel dimensions, you know. I'll tell you how you can get to them. You know those photo booths that you get at railway stations, right? They're not just places where you get your passport photo taken. Oh no, no, no. Oh no, 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 no. Oh no, 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 no. I'm fucking making this up, they are, but I mean, because you don't want to get confused with this stuff, kids, because some of it's true, and some of it I make up, you know. Like the bit about me having a big dick, that's true. Anyway, there's these photo booths, right, which the purposes of this show are actually gateways to another dark program of theatrical illusion now. They are gateways to other dimensions, these photo booths, right? And because, you know, behind that mirror in the photo booth, there's another dimension. And life is very tough and very hard in that other dimension. And that's why, when you get your photos back, they're always of some sad and dispirited stranger. I'm a very shy person, though, you know. I'm a very shy person. Inside this fast, jolly person, ho, 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 ho. There's a thin, nervous individual screaming to stay there. His name's Roger, and he'd like to be a computer programmer, but he hasn't got the money together to have his spine removed. I've always been very shy, though. You remember when you was a kid and you watched a film and the movies on television and you wanted to be the star? You always wanted to be the star. I always wanted to be an extra. I used to spend hours standing in front of the mirror practicing to be an extra. Going. There goes the king! Hurrah! You used to spend hours standing in front of the mirror when you was a kid. You did, didn't you? You'd stand there, just when you're playing your tennis racket like that, wouldn't you? You know. Then you get some of your mum's lipstick that you stole, wouldn't you? And you put it down to your lips, wouldn't you? Then you draw lines around your nipples, wouldn't you? Yeah. Yeah, it's coming back to you now, isn't it? Strange abstract patterns all over your body, you know, and then you go, ooh, you're not nice in them dirty girls, you are. And then you get, yeah, it's coming back to you now, it's a wonderful thing. Anyway, you get your underpants, you pull them up tight underneath your elbows like that, wouldn't you? Yes, strange, tingling sensation in your And then you go down to this garden shed and you get your dead industrial gauntlets and you pull them up over your elbows and you feel that heat in your groin, and then you get some fishing wellies and you pull them up over your thighs, and then you get a special mixture that you've made of emulsion paint and custard, and you squish that down in the fishing wellies, and then you bang your head on the wall and you shout at yourself in Welsh, Yassi da, Yassi da, Yassi da. Didn't you? Wasn't it Dr. Johnson who once said, blah, blah, blah. Kind of him on me. Jesus once said, I am the light, I am the door. Then people say all kinds of stupid things when they're pissed, don't they? I am the light, I am the door. Of course you are, Jesus, yeah. Yeah, Jesus says he's a door. Fundamentalist Christians believe that every word of the Bible is literally true, you know, and that the Bible is the only book you need for everyday life. And I certainly think that's true, because you look in the Bible, it looks like Epistles, verse 12, chapter 14, how to throw together a strawberry mousse when unexpected guests arrive. St. Paul's letters to the Corinthians and how to repair the gearbox of a Holden Jackaroo. I I'm an atheist myself. I'm very much an atheist, but I think I have a highly developed moral sense. I mean, some things that fundamentalist Christians believe in that I don't believe in. For instance, is something like capital punishment, execution. Because I mean, for example, if Jesus Christ had been sacrificed in this century rather than the previous century, he would have got the electric chair instead of crucifixion, right? So all the Catholics, instead of going like that, they'd have to go. Morning, Father McGinty. Christians also believe that God is omniscient, omnipresent actually, and they believe that God is everywhere. If God is everywhere, certainly in London he's a bloke with a tatty raincoat. Give us £5 for some tap dancing lesson, please, Nevertheless, despite being an atheist, God actually appeared to me. Yeah, God appeared. All right, it was half-price Bailey's Irish cream night. But God appeared to me, right? God actually appeared to me, right? And in his hands, God had all the separate bits of an IKEA flat-pack wardrobe. And God spoke to me, right? God spoke to me, and he said, how the fucking hell did you get these things? Recently a lot of my advisors have been telling me that I should go to the States. Well, actually, people have been coming up to me in the street and saying, why don't you fuck off? It's the same thing, really, isn't it? But I had difficulty getting into the States because, I used to be in a communist party. You have all these heavy questions on the visa form, all these heavy questions like, have you ever been a communist? Have you ever worn flared trousers? If you live in Fremantle, they're fucking compulsory, but... I had difficulty getting into Australia as well. I was filling out the visa form at Australia House, and the bloke was asking me all these questions. He said, height, eyes, he said, criminal record. I said, I didn't know you still needed one. So anyway, I went to the States for a while. Actually, I played for a while with an American football team, the Boston Stranglers. I was a tight end. That's what everybody said about me. But it's a funny insular country, America. I mean, the main tournament in baseball in America is the World Series. No other country fucking plays baseball. Have you got any other countries in this World Series? Oh, well, we got San Francisco, or that's a country, or Oakland, the People's Republic of Oakland. Is that And everybody, they seem to have, everybody in the street, they seem very cut off from each other. They all have these kind of the old Sony Walkman units on, And they've got the sound turned up so loud, the music's coming out of their arsehole, What, you got Bon Jovi up there, or what? I did some gigs out there, and American audiences are terrible. They're like, it's as if their relatives came over from Europe on the sister ship of the Titanic, the Moronic. It's like they don't laugh. All they do is they go, whoop! All the time. They just whoop! Oh, they go, whoop! Whoop! It's like, it's as if somebody's running around the theatre poking them with a sharpened cucumber, One thing that's good about going to the States is you get to see all the movies before anybody else. You can brag about all the movies you've seen. I've seen all the latest movies. I've seen Three Skeletons and a Little Old Lady. Aliens Force and Kill the Seven. And I saw a black militant version of the 1989 Oscar winner. It was called Driving Over Miss Daisy. Nevertheless, despite all my problems and so on and so forth, I'm still really very well-adjusted person, very happy person, and people often ask me about how I can stay so composed when faced with the horrors of the world. Well, I'll tell you. When people tell me problems and ask me what I think, I say the world's a lovely place if you've had much too drink. There's no call to be mean and evil. Just drink a pint of shit, that's real. That's what's walking like a seagull. I'm pissed. I'm appearing on TV. When I start talking in Cherokee, then I realise fuck me. I'm pissed. I'm at shopping for some pies. They start to sing before my eyes. Then I think surprise. Here come the lizards, here come the lizards, here come the lizards. In Camden Town, I met on the gown. She soon became my dearest pal. I called her every loud wow. I'm pissed. Here come the lizards. Now, one of the things you got to have when you're a top comedian, one of the things you got to have a catchphrase. You know, a catchphrase like wild and crazy guy or Sieg Heil. We were in Adelaide a few nights ago. That one went down very big in the Barossa Valley crowd. My catchphrase used to be, "Don't tell Mr. Mugabe." I don't know what the fuck that was about. Another thing you got to do impersonations. People love it, you know. And people love it if you do impressions from off the telly. So I'd like to do some TV impersonations. First of all, I'd like to do my impersonation of an old TV programme, The Mysterious World of Arthur C. Clarke. What's that, Arthur? Fuck if I know. This is from my series, Great Band Leaders of the 20th Century. This is my tribute to Glenn Miller. It's another one. This is Great West End Shows. This is my impression of Les Miserables. You got the money? Checking French. So you used to collect things when you was a kid? You ever used to collect things? You know, like cricketing, you know, what's it called? Those cigarette cards, you know, cigarette cards like British airships of the 20s or cricketing necrophiliacs of the 1940s. I had every one of them except Winston Churchill. Fucker's been dead 30 years and I'm taking the piss out of him. Fucking dangerous satirist I am, right? Funny game, cricket, isn't it, really? Non-secretary there, but it's a funny game, cricket. I went to a cricket match the other week. It was England versus the rest of the world. Pitch was a bit crowded. Still, I am, as I say, I'm trying to be a bit more of a, now I'm over here, I consider myself to be an international cabaret-style lounge act, you know, and, I have all these fantasies, you know. One considering a go to the motorbike, but, no, I consider myself an international cabaret-style act now, and so I'm getting away from the stand-up comedy, getting more into the comic characters. Here's one of my new comic characters. Comic character I'm working on at the moment, it's called Mr. Gibson. Not quite finished yet. Doing a lot more writing as well. I've just bought a word processor. I can type 80 words a minute. Don't make any fucking sense. So as I say, anyway, getting away from the stand-up comedy, getting more into the international cabaret, and I'd like to do some kind of cabaret-style ventriloquism now with my puppet, PP. This is my puppet, PP. Oh, isn't he cute, eh? Oh, isn't he sweet, eh? Ow, you bastard! I'm in fucking arse! I'm in fucking arse! Okay, I'm going to do an international cabaret style act. I'm going to do an international cabaret style act with people. What we're going to do? What we're going to do is Pee-Pee's going to sing a little song for you, aren't you, Pee-Pee? No, go fuck yourself! Oh, please, Pee-Pee, sing a song for us. No, fuck off! Like a bastard, like a bastard. Oh, bloody hell. Oh, shit. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, the arse. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, the arse. Isn't this a degrading fucking job? I've got educational qualifications, mate. I mean, if somebody had asked me what I'd be doing in 10 years' time, I wouldn't have said standing under a load of hot lights in Perth with my hand up a pink hippo's bum. Mind you, if somebody asked you, you wouldn't have said you paid over $27 to see a man with his hand up a pink hippo. Actually, Pee-Pee's got a drink problem. Somebody's sewn his fucking throat up. Okay, I'm with the fucking act anyway. And, okay, you're going to sing a song for us now, Pee-Pee. Yes, I'm going to sing. Oh, wrong voice. Oh, God, sorry. Spoiled the theatrical illusion again there, sorry. Are you going to sing a song for us, Pee-Pee? Yes, I'll sing the song. Okay, here we go. Mary the elephant back to chocolate, say goodbye to see you again. I'll see you when the rocket is on the road. Oh, fuck it. Good professional ending, that to a routine, isn't it? Ah, fuck it. Despite my lack of professionalism, I often work in television, you know, and it's very exciting working in TV. There's a lot of stars. You get a lot of stars in TV studios. Like, for instance, in the canteen, you might get the entire cast of Thunderbirds. Trying to make their dinner, you know. Sometimes you might be working in a TV studio, though, and working in the next studio, there might be a really big celebrity, a big star, somebody like Paul McCartney, for instance, you know. And you might be ushered into the presence of Paul McCartney to meet him, you know. And all the time you're talking to Paul McCartney, all you're thinking is, go on, give us some fucking money, you bastards. Really, Paul? That's fantastic, Paul. That's a really great story. Buy us a house, you shit bag! And then you put play, hey Jude again, yeah, that's fantastic, yeah, down the 12th time, yeah. You and Linda are bed, she says, back the boat, you cunt! I'm very much like the great American comedian Lenny Bruce. I'm dead. One of the things that Lenny was concerned with, that I'm actually very concerned with, is taboos. I'm very concerned with the removal of taboos. Because I think once you've had them done, it's really difficult to get them off, you know. You go in for a job interview with bollocks written across your forehead. Morning, Mr. Tinkins. Why would you like to be a chemistry teacher? Boom. I've had a lot of crap jobs. Like for a while, I worked for one of those greetings telegram firms. I was a pissogram boy. You know, firms are suckers when they're recruiting. Firms are suckers for like pseudoscience, to try and tell your personality. You know, like for graphology is the new one where they analyse your handwriting, and they reckon that they can analyse from my handwriting that I was violent and aggressive. Just because I'd written, I'm going to kill you all with an axe, you pack of thugs, you know. That's one of the things that actually, recently I entered a competition and I won the Star Prize. I won Alpha Centauri. You can't laugh at that one when you get home, can you? More breakfast music, darling. Alpha Centauri! That wasn't that funny, that one, actually. It wasn't meant to be. No, it's true, it wasn't meant to be. You see, it's like me. You see, me, I'm like Woody Allen, right? I mean, I've gone beyond funny, you see. Yeah, me and Woody, I mean, we're way past funny, you know. I mean, we're trying to make you think, right? We're trying to make you think, fucking hell, that wasn't funny. Another thing that me and Woody, as I call it, I like that name, Woody, you know what I mean? But we both don't go to the Oscar ceremonies, right? Woody doesn't go because he hates all that show business hype and Hollywood glamour. I don't go because nobody ever fucking asks me. But one of the things that's very difficult in Britain at the moment, one of the things that's very difficult is sponsorship of the arts. Without immediate government funding, 40 British theatre groups will close. Good. I fucking hate the theatre. I just say, we come to England just to see the theatre. Oh, piss off. It's like, you know, I mean, what is the theatre? It's a load of people standing on a stage shouting at each other, pretending they're somewhere else, you know. A load of people sitting in the audience wishing they were somewhere else. But nevertheless, when we come out to Australia, the British government gives us 10 quid if we bring you some culture. So, I'm going to bring you some culture now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to perform for you with my avant-garde dance troupe, Music Mango Machine System number 9. We're going to perform for you an avant-garde dance ballet. And what we're going to do is we're going to evoke a Battle of Britain dogfight for you. Okay, so in the modern dance, we're going to evoke for you a Battle of Britain dogfight. So, imagine, if you will, that this humble stage is the blue skies over Dover, Britain, 1940, about to witness... You have to clap. Yeah. It's a scene setting, you know. Obviously clapping, you're obviously very susceptible to, suggestion. Imagine, if you will, there's a big box here, and you've got to put $100 in. Imagine, if you will, this is the blue skies over Dover, except for him, it's a big box for $100 in. Blue skies over Dover, about to witness a Battle of Britain dogfight. Shut up. Fucking shut up, will you? This is fucking good for you. Suddenly, anti-aircraft fire! Anti-aircraft fire! Boom, boom! God, I'm sick of this fucking indifference, honestly. You don't deserve this culture, you know. I'm sick of this indifference. I mean, a few weeks ago I was doing me dance at the faulty central heating system at the Liverpool container base. Bringing culture to the masses because they're crying out for it. Give me culture, they say. Give me culture, Alexei. The case comes up on Monday. But anyway, breaking these teeth in for the dog, sorry. Anyway, I was doing my dance, I finished my Paddy in my Renault 5, and I went up to this one doctor and I said, what do you think of that then, lad? He said, son, I've seen unloaded here, in my time, fruits and spices from far off Bangalore. The fruit so rich and so succulent that it almost made you faint with its beautiful perfume. We've had unloaded here, machinery so small and so delicate that it had to be unloaded with the aid of a microscope. But that what you just did then, that reminds me of a load of unbagged bat shit that we had here in 1953. Does that answer your question? I said, don't beat about the bush, lad. Tell us what you really think, you know. I spend a lot of time hanging around bus stations. Now I do, I write down all the numbers on the front of the buses, roll them up on a piece of paper and stuff them up my arse. You meet a lot of really weird people at bus stations though, you know, like seemingly mild-mannered individuals who've had just one glass of cider, you know, and suddenly they're going, you bastards, you keep my palate, you fucking bastards, and they're just the inspectors. Nutcases always get me, they're attracted to, they always seem to be called Norman, you know. So I'm sitting there, dead quiet, waiting for the bus, you know, suddenly you hear this voice, and it goes, hello. I can make weird, I can't do it anymore, fuck you. I do feedback noises with me mouth sometimes. Hello! This voice goes, imagine we're back at the bus station now. It's like breaking this illusion, you know. You were there with me, and then you got the illusion, you have to go, where are we now? You're in the Regal Cinema, Perth, and you're watching a film. You're watching me. And, what the fuck I'm talking about now? It's got a bit quiet, hasn't it, now? The bloke's on the door going, God, it's gone a bit quiet now, hasn't it? Jesus, he's gone really weird now. He's broken the theatrical illusion. I don't like him, you know. I don't want weirdness from a stand-up comedian now. I think he's an ugly fat bastard myself. I'll tell you what I want from a stand-up comic. I want racial hatred. That's what I want. Racial hatred and a chicken dinner for £4. That's what I want. You hear this voice when you're sitting in the bus station, right? It goes, hello. Do you like sponge? I do, because I'm not allowed anything sharp. I've got 2 O-levels, you know. One in biology and one in metalwork. If you want your dog welding, I'm your man. As I said before, I'm still very much involved in left-wing politics. Few got away with that, good, right? I am something of an anarchist. told you. We've got an anarchist group in Britain called Class War. I don't know if you've ever heard of them. They stage these kind of anarchist events like they try and disrupt the royal wedding, you know, or kind of disrupt the workings of the City of London. I'm in an anarchist group like that, but we're a bit more timid. Our only event so far has been to go down to Harrods and fart by the perfume counter. Calvin Klein's obsession, I don't know. Well, you know, the political situation has been desperate for years, it's slightly better now than it was, but a couple of years ago I was on one of these demonstrations, you know, one of these demos, wandering through the streets shouting, but with a load of people for a change. And suddenly, in the middle of this demonstration, the solution to all our problems came to me. I thought, I know, I'll kill Margaret Thatcher. Now I know you're all sitting there and you're thinking, but look. I mean, assassination is merely a nihilistic act to try to represent the bourgeois state. There's nothing to advance dictatorship of the proletariat. It was worth a try, wasn't it, eh? You know what I mean? Give it a whirl. A bit of a fucking whirl. Oh, I like a laugh. I like a laugh. I was in the paratroopers during the war, shot my own bollocks off for a laugh. Anyway, first of all, I decided to kill Margaret Thatcher. So first of all, sorry, I keep going off at tangents. Anyway, as I was saying, decided to kill Margaret Thatcher. First of all, I tried to kill her quite subtly, right? What I did was, I got a load of them plastic carrier bags, and I sent them to her through the post, but I crossed off the warning about sticking them over your heads. She was too clever for me. So finally, in desperation, right, I read about these Japanese suicide pilots during the Second World War, these kamikaze pilots, you know. Unfortunately, I couldn't get a Zero fighter. The best I could do was a 1978 Toyota Corolla. So I'm driving down Whitehall, right, headband on, glass of sake, samurai swords, well, a Stanley knife. I'm going, banzai! Salesman sitting next to me, it's a test drive. Oh, yes, you got 50, yeah. We turned into Downing Street, right? Now, the trouble with Japanese cars is, they're not made using welding, right? They're made using origami. Looks like where he sits there in Tokyo with a giant paper-thin sheet of metal. A bell rings, he goes, and there's a Honda Civic, right? So we turned into Downing Street, we hit the barriers at Downing Street, the car just fucking rips open, right? Salesman goes flying through the air one way, going, yes, you've got a sunroof, yeah. I go the other way, right? I land splat right on Margaret Thatcher. I thought, I won't kill her right away. I'll hold her hostage. I'll make some demands, okay? So I whipped out my Swiss Army penknife and I held it at her throat. Well, I held the can opener at her throat. I went, shit. I got out the thing, you don't know what the fuck it's for, you know? The thing that goes, Swiss, one thing that goes, metal and glass, and no stupid fucking army if they're only armed with penknives anyway, you know? Got out the device for getting stones out of horses' hooves, you know? Got the knife up, held this at her throat back. I said, right, I'm going to kill her. You don't accede to my demands right away, right? My list of demands, I got this list of demands. I said, first of all, I want British troops out of Northern Ireland. I want release of all political prisoners. I want a Moonex Magic Blender. I want all the attachments, I want all the accessories, I want the choppers and the blenders and the donkey molesters. I finally swapped her for a bag of balloons and a pencil. Say one thing that really pisses me off at the moment, actually makes me laugh, is all these fucking marathons, you know, like the London Marathon, you know. I mean, the ones that make me laugh the most, when you see the marathons on, I mean, my idea of a marathon is 98 pints and a tortoise vindaloo, you know. ones I like best, when you see them marathons on the telly, the ones I like best, they don't show so much these days. The ones I like best are the wobblies, you know. Or the ones going, oh, this heart attack's doing me a lot of good, yeah. The ones I like best are the ones who collapse 3 foot from the fucking finishing line, you know. Don't get their little medal to keep for always. I fucking hate them ones in the funny costumes as well. I hate them ones in the funny costumes. Well, you gotta be some kind of a knobhead, haven't you, to run 26 miles dressed as a fucking fridge freezer. Well, it's for charity. That's alright then, it's for fucking charity, isn't it, eh? Do what the fuck you like for charity. I mean, if Hitler had invaded Poland for spina bifida, it would have been alright.
Funny, man. I know, yeah.
It always makes me laugh as well when you see some. I don't take drugs myself, but actually, it always makes me laugh when you see people snorting cocaine, for instance. Most cocaine is actually smuggled inside people, right? So it's got this trend of snorting this stuff that's been up the arsehole of a Bolivian peasant for the last 48 hours. I don't know if they should legalise drugs. I mean, you can advance a reasonable moral argument that you should legalise drugs. Certainly make Burke's backyard a lot more interesting, wouldn't it? Our celebrity gardener today is Mr. Chico Estevez of Medellin, Colombia. Oh, bro, what's happening? Yeah, okay. I want you to look at my cocoa plants, man, because they got a bit of leaf mold, you know what I'm saying, man? Oh, it's got a bit of brown rot here, hasn't it? Yeah, needs a little holiday in the sun. The ones I hate more than the drug takers, I don't really mind drug takers. The ones I hate most are all these fucking reformed drug takers, you know? You get on the chat shows, all these people that have been in the Betty Ford clinic and written a fucking book about it, you know? And think that they're so marvellous for kicking their fucking addiction. They seem to want our applause and our approbation for stopping doing something that was a fucking stupid thing to do in the fucking first place. Yeah, I've stopped putting my dick in the food blender, yeah? Alright, skating, wanking and wanking, alright. Do what? Shit, piss, wank, fat cunt, bollocks, eh? What? Fat cunt, wank, shit, piss, fat cunt, bollocks. Do what? Nothing on the ears, do what? I'll shoot cocoa, bollocks. I'll shoot bollocky cocoa, fat cunt, wank, shit, piss, fat cunt, wanker, wanker. Stereo, wanker, wanker. Fat cunt, bollocks, shit, piss, wank, fat cunt, bollocks, shit, piss, wank, fat cunt, bollocks, wank, 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 fat cunt, bollocks. Wank, fat cunt, bollocks, you do what, bollocks, fat cunt, give me a chin, no, I'm a friendly cockney. Excuse me, can you tell me the way to fuck off, cunt? Alright. Wanker, fat cunt, bollocks, do what? Knock you on the ear, fat cunt, wanker. He come up to me, right? He come up to me, right? He come up to me, right? He stuck his bollocks in me fucking lager, right? I said, I'm from the Arts Council. Bollocks, you wanker. You fuck cunt, wank, shit, piss, fuck, wank, cunt, fuck, wank, shit, piss, wank, fuck, cunt. John Paul Sartre, we fucking hate him, Nando, eh? John Paul fucking cunt Sartre, we call him. John Paul fucking cunt, shit, piss, wank Sartre. John fucking cunt, wank, shit, piss, Sartre, fucking Paul, shit, piss, fuck, cunt, wank, John Paul fucking wank. Shit, piss, ready, Descartes, I think, therefore I'm spam. Shit, piss, wank. Fuck, cunt, wank, shit, cunt, ill, cunt, hey, boo. Hell, cunt, if you'll pardon my French. Wanker. I don't have to remember any of this, you know, because it's all written on the inside of me hat. Anyway, birds, cunt wank, I'll give you a chin. Look at me, do what chicken wank. I'm going to do a little ditty fucking wank, and I'm going to do a little ditty bollocks, I'm going to do a little wanker. I'm going to do a little ditty for you now. You can join in with the words, right? If you're telepathic, that is. Here's a quick joke for all you telepaths. It's a good minute, eh? A little bit saucy, you know what I mean? Basically politically sound. Here's a little diggy, it's called Hello John Gotten You Know How. Hello, John Rodney Malta. Hello, John Rodney Malta. This is not as big as the video. This is not as big as the video. I'll keep tropical fish. I'll keep tropical fish. Give me underpants. Give me underpants. Hello, John Rodney Malta. Hello, John Rodney Malta. I'll be your Australian ambassador to Ireland. I couldn't be worse than the last one. Is there life on Mars? Is there life on Mars? Is there life in Perth? Is there life in Perth? What's that switch over there for? What's that switch over there for? Hello, John Rodney Malta. Hello, John Rodney Malta. You don't spend a mess in the carpet. You don't spend a mess in the carpet. He doesn't need bubble barley. He doesn't need bubble barley. He's an A1 representative. He's an A1 representative.